Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Listen y'all, I had to do it. I had to get on the College Hill Celebrity Edition train. Child, we gonna get into it because you know my girl Nene is on there and y'all know how I feel about Slim. So child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. College Hill Celebrity Edition Season 1 Episodes 1 and 2. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you get anything out of the content. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, 8 celebrities are picked to live in a house. First of all, I'm super excited. They're in the H, honey. Texas Southern University, honey. A historically black college and university in the city of Houston. I love to see it. So the first person to arrive at the house is Nene. And baby Nene said they know her as the original from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all know what? I was kind of sad when I watched this because I was just thinking to myself, my, how the mighty have fallen. I don't know. It was just weird to me seeing Nene doing this show. Like, it was different when she did a Celebrity Apprentice because she was still on Real Housewives of Atlanta. But now it's like, you know how you have that famous singer who used to top the charts and travel all over the world and people used to faint when they would come on stage, and then you see them singing at a lounge? And that's what this was kind of giving me, honey. But Nene gonna bring the people in. She gonna bring the people in. So she said that she went to Morris Brown College in Atlanta, but she left because she had gotten pregnant. And she said she's there so she can be an inspiration, and they assigned her to the orange room. Now, when you first get there, they give you a little sheet of paper and they tell you which room you're going to be in. So they told Nene she's going to be assigned to the orange room and she can switch, but they have to agree. Okay, both parties have to agree to switch rooms. So then Lamar Odom shows up. Of course, we all know he played for the Lakers and he was married to Khloe Kardashian. And honey, he wasn't on there 5 minutes before he was like, and you all may remember me from the show with my beautiful ex-wife, Khloe Kardashian. Lamar, do like Elsa in Frozen, honey, and let it go. Lamar, know he love him some Khloe, honey. She is definitely the one that got away. Meanwhile, she over there playing in traffic with Tristan. Child is a whole fool. Moving forward. So Nene was like, when he came in, she was like, you look good. He gonna say, well, what you expect me to look like? Well, Lamar, we don't know, honey. Okay, we're not sure because we know some things be happening with you. So she did say, she said, he came to the Lanithia one time and I gave him a hug. And he hugged me back and then he gonna ask me for a kiss. And I was wondering, is he well? Nene, don't start. Don't start. Don't start that. And child, now he trying to get a little smooch, honey. Blame it on the goose. Got him feeling loose. So then up next rolls in Mr. Ray J, Mr. Scooty Bike himself. Hey, wait a minute. Ain't that Brandy's brother? Y'all know how he is. So he comes, Ray J looking like a kid, standing next to Lamar. Ray J, child. Next to arrive is Dream Doll. And I don't know if y'all used to watch Bad Girls Club, but Dream was definitely not a favorite of mine because I felt like on her season she was a bully. But she is redeeming herself here on College Hill, so I'm going to give her a chance. I hope she know, though, this is not BGC. So when she came in the house, here go Ray J. Welcome home. Ray J, fall back. Just fall back. Why you can't never act like you got your right mind? So Dream was looking like, what are people my age? Because she definitely was looking a little bit confused when she first walked in there and saw Nene and Lamar. Because you know that it's not Dream's age group. And she was looking like, college. This is college, right? Because you know that head be in the cloud, child. Next to arrive was Slim Thugger. Now, y'all know. Y'all know I used to love me some Slim Thug, honey. Northside's finest. Okay? He in the building. Shout out to Slim. Moving forward. So he said he was accepted to TSU when he graduated from high school, but his career was taking off, honey. He was a sensation all over the radio stations and whatnot. And, you know, he's just taking this time to relive what could have been because he declined back then. So Slim walked in, and when I tell y'all it was crickets, nobody knew who he was. Not nobody. Baby, Slim was ready to risk it all for Dream. As soon as he saw her, he was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Slim, pipe down. Don't feel bad though, Slim. It's a local thing. You're a local celebrity. Even though you were on that song with Beyonce, child, they don't know who was on that song. They just know that you was on the song with Beyonce. I'm just saying. But that's okay, because they're going to know who you are at the end of this. And other people are going to get to know who you are. So just make an impression and everything's going to be everything. So when he walked in, he was hugging everybody, right? So he was like, hey, I know who you are, Nene. And she goes, and you are? Child, when she said that to him, I said, baby, I'm feeling bad. Not and you are. But y'all, I don't expect Nene to know Slim Thug. So anyway, as soon as he sits down, here go Nene. Would you like to switch rooms? He said, switch rooms? Nah, I mean, you can come and visit. Slim said, we can have a slumber party, but I am not switching my room. Oh, no, that's right. He think he in college for real, child. So the fellas are sitting outside, right? And they're talking about, what's going to go on while they're at school. Ray J talking about, we about to get educated. Look at them ducks, them college ducks. Ray, I don't want to keep hollering through this review. Please just calm down, honey. But you might as well put him down in the yearbook as class clown, because he going to be a fool wherever he goes. So then Big Frida, the queen of bounce music, you already know, she shows up. And baby, Frida gonna have that place jumping. You know what they need Frida though, because she's the neutralizer. Because see, Nene could be like the house mother, but then at times Nene gets beside herself. But Frida is more level-headed. So they need somebody like that in the house, because that's going to be the person to say, listen, you ain't right. Okay, get it together or leave it alone. So then India arrives. India Love, she arrives next. Social media influencer, and her sisters had that show on BET. I loved that show actually, because it really was just so heartwarming to see her parents still in love, still married, and all the siblings were there. I like that show, but India was a little brat on that show. I don't know if y'all watched that. It came on BET circa, I would say 2017. It was actually a really good show. So anyway, Crystal actually graduated, her sister, from TSU. And Dream was very happy to see India. And so was Slim. And Slim on all the ladies. Do you hear me? He'll take this, that, and this center. Last but not least to arrive was Stacy Dash. You know what, y'all? I used to love me some Clueless in high school. I literally would watch it on repeat. But Dash comes with a dash of foolishness and controversy. So we're going to see how this goes. In the next scene, after everyone arrives at the house, Stacy tells them that she doesn't drink because they're trying to get her to have a drink, right? And she's letting them know that she's 5 years sober. And I feel like that's commendable. But child, Stacy looking at them like she want to jump out of her skin. All these black people. She's like, oh, honey, I'm just not used to this. So they start talking about body counts. And Lamar gonna say, his body count is 10. Lamar, didn't they find you down at the Bunny Ranch? Now, you know dang on well your body count is not nowhere near no 10. Now quit playing with me. Moving forward. So they're playing a game of cards, which has questions on them. I want to say that. So the next question is, have you been to jail? And so Ray was like, yeah, I did 8. I mean, 8 hours, but I still did 8. So then the next question was, who would you swap bodies with? And they trying to get Stacy to join in. And Stacy is turning her nose up at them. And they're like, Stacy, get in there. Like, who would you swap bodies with? Stacy just looking blank. Stacy, baby, you need this gig. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Me personally, I would act like Stacy was not there. If you don't want to be involved, I'm not going to force you to be involved. I'm not going to exclude you, but I'm not going to forcefully include you either. And that's the part where they were messing up. Because it's like if she doesn't want to be included right now, then she just doesn't. Like, you don't have to try to make her do something she does not want to do. She's an adult. In the next scene, India and Dream, they twerking it up, child. Ray J is spectating, honey, because y'all know how he like to do. All right, okay, Princess gonna get you. So Stacy is hiding in her room, so Nene goes in to check on her. And I thought that was nice. I was like, oh, okay, Nene going to check on her, honey. Probably going in there try to get her to get that room up, and she ain't fooling me. So they're all like sitting outside talking about college. And Ray J said, he feels like he can bring something to the school. And they're like, what can you bring to the school? The teacher is teaching you, not you teaching the teacher. I get what he's saying because he has real life experience, but you ain't bringing nothing to these teachers, bruh. Nothing. So everyone goes to sleep, right? Getting ready for school in the morning. Ray is up working. When I tell you that clock was going from dusk to dawn, I can relate to Ray because I will literally burn the midnight oil to get everything that I need to get done. He gonna be dead the next day though. He gonna be tired as hell. It's 4:40 a.m. and he's still going. Ray, you gonna need at least a 3-hour nap, honey. And then everybody's getting up for the next day and Raymond is up. I said, no, Willie Ray is up already. Charlotte probably never went to sleep. It's giving nostalgia for me, the fact that they're getting ready for their first day of college. They're on their way. They're in a Sprinter van. So Lamar in the confessional, he was like, I'm just a little bit nervous because after the overdose, I didn't really correct my cognitive damage. And, I had strokes, I had a heart attack, and I was just like, oh man, those drugs really can mess you up. So India is nervous as well. And she was like, in high school, she cheated her way through. She basically showed up, cheated, and graduated. It's giving pretty girl privilege. That's exactly what it's giving. It's giving show up, be cute, have somebody else do your homework. You're popular. Everyone wants to be in with the popular girl. And so they do your work. And then you go out into the real world and you don't know nothing. Okay. And that is the problem. Moving forward. So they arrive at TSU. The band is playing. The girls are dancing. Now they're taking them down the Tiger Walk. Yeah. So they're going through the Tiger Walk or whatever. And they're basically having a mini pep rally to welcome them to Texas Southern. So then they go and they're greeted by Dr. Young, who is the president. She greets them and he giving very much HBCU excellence. There are several different booths set up for them to join clubs. And so some of them don't know what they want to join. And Slim gonna say, I'm joining whatever Dream joining. Slim, boy, leave that woman alone, honey. I don't think she's interested. So the advisors are telling them what they're going to be doing. The first class is African American Studies. Child, it's going to be good, honey. I wonder how Stacy going to fare now. So they get to the class, right? So the teacher is repeating some known sayings in the Black community. Okay, so I'm going to say it, and then I want you all to finish it. Mama said, come home, and they said before the street lights come on. Okay, and then another one was, close my door before you let my good out. Okay, and I don't know how you ain't never heard that. So Stacy just sitting there looking like, what? Child, she was lost as hell. She was like, what is happening? So as she's sitting there, they're all confused as to how she does not know any of these things. Like none of them. And you know what I'm starting to think? I think maybe Stacy had a poor experience with Black people. And so it altered the way that she feels about herself. Okay, it's giving self-hate. And I think that's the reason why she is the way she is. Something had to happen. Because, I've seen people who have experiences where if you're of mixed race and you have the so-called good hair, then the Black girls think you're too pretty. And then you're not Black enough for the Black girls, but you're not white enough for the white girls or Hispanic enough for the Hispanic girls. So you're just stuck in the middle and really get lost. And I think maybe that happened to Stacy. I'm not sure, but I'm just thinking. Anywho. In the next scene, they're off to business marketing class, and the teacher is starting to teach on brands. And Ray J piping up, trying to teach the teacher. Ray J, just listen. Ray feels like because he marketed several businesses, the teacher should really be listening to him. That's what this all boils down to. So he gets up and storms out because he having a man tantrum, honey, because he feels like his life experiences should trump her book knowledge. You're coming here to learn something. So then he goes outside and has a fit, and then he comes back in. So she tells them that they're going to create a product that does not currently exist on the market. They're going to shoot a 10-minute commercial on their phones, and 10% of their grade will be a part of that. And it'll be participation. That's what you get 10% of your grade for, participation. Team A consists of Stacy, Frida, Nene, and Lamar. Team B consists of Slim, Ray, India, and Dream. So India was like, I just really don't understand what Dr. Cooley is saying. Like, she's talking, but I'm not understanding it. India, it's very simple. You know what? It just makes me think, what would some of these people do if social media never existed? Like, I'm serious. Like, what would the world be if social media never came about and there was no way to make money? Now, I know everyone is not a school person, but she's not really saying much that you're not able to grasp. So she tells everyone that they need to dress business, right? They need to dress business professional. She's like, you can't be wearing that. So Dream was like, I'm wearing a suit. Dream, your boobs are out, your ass is out. That is not, you got rhinestones over your eyes. No, ma'am, that is not business professional. She wants the men in suits and she wants the women to be dressed appropriately. Child, that's going to be hard for Dream in India. They're not taking it seriously. Everybody playing and whatnot. So Stacy goes to meet up with the dance team for practice because she decided to sign up for the dance club. Baby, Stacy's shimmying and shaking like an extra in Flash. Do y'all hear me? said, baby, this shimmy right here. But at least she was trying and having fun, child. Ooh, but it was a fool. Back at the house, they're making dinner, and Stacy arrives back to the house. I think it was like 7 or 8. They all sit down to eat, right? So Lamar is still upstairs, and Dream is upstairs talking to Stacy. So she's telling Stacy that she feels like she doesn't like them. Like she wants them to get away from her, like she can't be bothered. Stacy said, no, don't assume that about me. Okay, I'm just not a partier. I'm going to eventually interact, and I'm going to interact with you guys tonight. I just need to take a bath. And she was like, oh, okay. So after that, she comes downstairs, everybody clapping because they're excited to see Stacy. They're like, okay, Stacy finna get into it as she get into it. She's like, yeah, I just came down to tell you guys I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm tired. Stacy, why are you here? Just why? Now, I ain't going to lie to you. I was a dancer in college, and you will be tired as hell after those rehearsals. So, I mean, I can't totally blame her because when you're not used to doing that, and then, you know, you've been at school all day, you're not used to getting up, those hours are foreign, and then you go do dance after that, you be tired. You're like, I ain't finna stay up with y'all, I'm finna go to bed. So I could kind of understand. So Lamar is upstairs, like I told y'all, right? And Ray goes into his room. So Lamar is telling him, you know, he has 12 strokes and he has 6 heart attacks. Lamar, when I tell you, you better be praising God for still being here. The fact that you are still here is a miracle. That just means God's not through with you. That's definitely what that means. Because, honey, 12 strokes and 6 heart attacks. Some people get out of here after one of each. So he said he had to learn how to walk again, talk again. And the only thing that brought him out was his faith. So, you know, he said he's happy to be back at school to exercise his brain because this is like brain exercise for him so that he can start utilizing that again. And you know what? I really feel bad for Lamar, but I'm happy he's looking at the bright side of things because, you know, it would be easy to get down on yourself and be like, I can't do this. I had a stroke and, you know, but he was really remaining positive. In the next scene, Slim's sitting outside flirting with Dream, honey. And then we see Stacy. She's back at the dance studio and she's practicing again. And they want to see what she knows, right? And she's like, well, I haven't gotten it down yet. So the captain is like, well, you were supposed to have it down. Ma'am, she's not a dancer, okay? You do know this is just what they're going to be doing for the time being. Okay, she's not a dancer at all. They want to see what she knows. So Stacy is like, can you go a little slow? So the captain is like, we already went slow yesterday. And baby, Stacy was like, listen, I'm not 18 years old. You do not talk to me like that. Okay, you will show me some respect. And she was like, well, you should show me some respect by learning the moves. And again, this is her first time dancing with y'all. So they kind of going back and forth and back, right? And Stacy is like, you know what? I'm going to go to the game, but I'm not going to be performing. I'm just not. So in the confessional, she was like, I'm used to ballet. I'm not used to hip hop. Well, honey, this is not Alvin Ailey. This is TSU. So hip hop it is. And I hope you knew what you were signing up for. Stacy isn't a dancer like that. Like, I think she underestimated how much work it was going to be. I don't think she expected that. In the next scene, immediately after getting home, she's like, I'm going to bed. So Nene was like, it's 7:15. The sun ain't even went down yet. Well, she's tired. Okay, just leave her alone. So after that, Nene was like, you know what? We keep on giving this girl chance after chance after chance after chance, and she is not participating. So I'm going to call a house meeting. So she comes up with room swap to get Stacy out of her room. Nene, you just want to get out of that orange room, and you ain't fooling me. Okay, this has nothing to do with Stacy. You could care less if this lady speaks to you. Girl, anyway. So later that evening, Nene announces that Ray has something to say. So Ray was like, I'm going to say what I'm going to have to say, and then Nene's going to speak her speech. So Ray announces that they will hold court in the house and take votes on house issues. So Nene tells Stacy that there are certain people that deserve to be by themselves, and it's not her. Nene, this ain't Housewives, honey. This ain't Phaedra. This is not the Housewives. They gave her that room. It's not like she ran in and chose it herself. Truth be told, that ain't gonna change nothing. Just because she gets a roommate does not mean that she's gonna talk to y'all. She can still go in her room, get in her bed, and go to sleep. She don't want to be there. Y'all should have just voted her out if you wanted to vote her out. But trying to push her out of her room, y'all went about that all wrong. And also, who left you and Ray in charge? That's really what I want to know. So Stacy is like, well, why? So Nene explains her moving would force her to interact with the other people. So then they take a vote, and everybody voted that they should swap rooms except Stacy and Slim. Of course, they didn't vote for it because they have rooms by themselves. So Stacy explains that there is no other girl to room with. She was like, so I would have to room with the guy, and I'm not doing that. So Dream is like, oh, okay, well, would you room with me? And she's like, yeah. She was like, would you room with India? And she said, yeah. Would you room with Nene? And she was like, yeah. And she said, okay, well, would you room with Frida? And Frida was like, well, I got it all day long. I got a peen and it ain't going nowhere. She just said she didn't want to room with the man. Now, I understand the situation and I understand what y'all are trying to do, but y'all really are coming off as, listen, you gonna do what we say do. We want you out that room. We want you to interact, and that's what's gonna happen. And that's not cool. So Stacy is confused as to how they came up with the situation. Like, how did y'all come up with this? Y'all just pulling things out of thin air? So Ray is like, well, she already told you the reason why we came up with this. So Nene tells her that she has to get out the room tonight. And Stacy's like, no, I already unpacked my stuff and everything. I'm not leaving. Nene goes, well, you got to abide by the rules. You got to abide by it. Ray said, well, or you can leave. You can get the F out. All right, Ray. Okay. No matter what's going on, you getting a little slick. She is still a woman at the end of the day. And you do not need to be cussing at this lady. I'm going to tell y'all like this. I don't like people, especially men, cussing at me. I don't care what they feel about Stacy. Don't tell me I'm going to get the fuck out. Don't talk to me like that. Because that will get you cussed the fuck out. Please don't speak to me that way. So Stacy's like, why are you cussing? He was like, because I'm a grown adult and I'm going to speak how I want to speak. I'm going to speak to you how I want to speak. This is not Princess. If you and Princess sit in front of each other and cuss each other the hell out, then so be it. But there was no reason for you to tell her or she can get the F out. Why are you so angry because she doesn't want to interact? Just act like she's not there. If you're an adult, you know how to ignore people. This didn't make any sense to me. So she's like, well, I'm about to dash out because I don't need that language. So everybody mad. And Stacy just walks away. She was like, I'm leaving. She goes back into her room, right? So Ray is like, look, let's bump all that. Let's bump all the drama. Let's focus on our presentation because that's what we got to do. So he downstairs with Dream in India and the other team is upstairs. Let's see how Ray's business experience works out as far as this project is concerned. So upstairs, Frida and Nene and the other people on the team, they're working on their product called Hero Hair. Okay, so basically you plug in the specs, okay, the hair color, the length, how you want it to lay, etc. And you get underneath this dome that's kind of like a dryer, and then instantly the hairstyle is on your head. Child, we need that in real life, honey, because these stylists getting out of hand, okay? They're getting a little bit beside themselves. It's $5 for you to park. It's $17 for you to walk through the door. If you walk through the door on the right, you have to pay an additional 17 cents. Like, they just charge you for everything. They want you to bring your own air. They want you to bring your own hair. They want you to bring your own head. They want you to bring your own everything, honey. They want you to basically pay for every single thing when all they do is cut lace and melt it down with a hot comb. And they ain't fooling me, which is exactly why I went to YouTube University. Moving forward. So Ray's team is the germalizer. If it's red, then it's dirty. And if it's green, then it's clean. So India said the inspiration from this was because Lamar doesn't wash his hands. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Lamar went into that restroom, dug in his behind, but I knew he was nasty. But I'm going to tell y'all like this. They would have had to put me in a bubble because that is gross. But we knew he was filthy from Celebrity Big Brother. If you didn't watch it, Lamar is disgusting. Okay, I'm sorry, but Lamar is just nasty. So Ray is breaking down the math for them. He's like, if we buy 28 units and they 17 cents a piece, we get them from Alibaba. We call a fat man with the plan. They gonna send over the 25 pieces, carry the one, divide by two. And child, he is talking. And the math is definitely not mathing for India. Y'all know what I was thinking when he was telling her that. It was like the picture. Y'all ever seen that picture that they put on Instagram that has those numbers floating around the lady's head and she looks confusion? That's what India was giving me in that scene. And baby, India don't know nothing about history, nothing about biography, and nothing about science books, and nothing about geometry. Do y'all hear me? She don't know nothing about nothing except her. In the next scene, Slim and Frida later on that night, they're sitting back and they're talking. And Slim respectfully asked what pronouns Frida wants to go by. So Frida said, look, I'm your brista at the end of the day. When I'm with my friends, I'm bruh. When I'm with my sister, then I'm her brother. Sometimes she want me to be her sister. When I'm with my kids, I'm their mama. If you don't know, then you don't know. And I thought that this was a very progressive conversation. And I really respected the fact that Slim didn't come off ignorant. Because sometimes when people don't know things, they come off very crass. Like, I don't know what to call it. Calling people it and things like that. But he respectfully asked him, hey, what do you want me to call you? Child, that just made me love Slim a little bit more. Hey, Slim. Slim, call me. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, he's telling him that he's never really been around different people, especially in the industry that he's in, being a local rapper from Houston. He ain't been around it. And I like how they had a very mature conversation about it. And this was good. It's the next day, and India and Frida are making breakfast, and they're talking about being in school and their insecurities. So then he asked about Stacy. And India was like, well, there's nothing wrong with her, but she gives a I don't mess with you or don't look at me type vibes, and I don't like that. Stacy is giving self-hate. That's what she giving. Ma'am, you know you're black, right? Huh? Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. So they're all at the breakfast table, except Stacy. So Nene was like, it's very unusual because she's usually the first person up. She don't want y'all to take her bed, quiet as a skeleton. She don't want y'all to take her bed. So they hear an ambulance, or as they like to call it, ambulance. I hear the ambulance. I'm like, if I hear one more person say ambulance, I'm going to lose my damn mind. It's ambulance. So anyway, the ambulance is there, and it's for Stacy. So Dream goes into her room, and they're like, no, you got to get out. It's patient privacy. And the first thought I had was, ain't nothing wrong with Stacy, child. All of a sudden, something wrong with you, girl. So Frida is like, I think it's the room. And I was thinking the same thing. And I think she felt bullied. She maybe had an anxiety attack. Everybody was ganging up on her, trying to force her out. It was childish. I didn't think they handled that situation right at all. So Nene is like, well, it's probably an anxiety attack. So Lamar is very concerned about her, and India and Dream are talking about it. And India is hoping that it's nothing serious. And it was very nice of Lamar to have such a concern for Stacy, because he was really like, man, we got to see what's wrong with her. So they finally wheel her out. She got a white sheet over her face. Ray making jokes. Ray, calm down. I did feel like they were being a little extra dramatic though with the sheet and whatnot. But I guess they didn't want anyone to see her, because I don't know how she looked. So maybe that was the problem. Moving forward. Clearly something is going on with Stacy though, and it's more than just what happened in the house. It's the girl, yelling at the dance studio. It's them trying to push her out. She's out of her element. She's uncomfortable. You can see something's going on with her in her face. I don't know. I just don't think she was in a good place mentally. I really don't. So Slim comes back to the house because he was gone when all the action was going down. So Dream is telling Slim what happened, and that Stacy's in the hospital. So Slim is like, man, just because, you're from the Bronx and you know how to handle things, it doesn't mean that she can handle it the same way, man. It's just not, y'all got to kind of be careful with the way that y'all handle people. And I just feel that this may not be the setting for her. Like in the kitchen, Nene is telling them that she was actually admitted. So Frida gets concerned, right? And Frida's like, Ray, you got her number? He was like, why have I don't have no Stacy Dash number. I don't call her. Ray is so aggy sometimes. Like, Ray, you can be an ass when you want to. Please stop. Just stop. Everybody's concerned about what's going on, and you got an attitude and a chip on your damn shoulder. Please calm down. So after all the drama settles down, Stacy's team calls Dr. Cooley to get more input on the project since Stacy is not there. So now Nene is going to be taking her place. While they're getting their things together, right? Dream is snooping and snitching. So she trying to get intel from them. So she gonna go run it back, and she goes to tattle to the teacher. So Ray asked Dr. Cooley when it was time for them to call if they had to edit the video themselves, and she was like, yes, you're supposed to do it on your phone. So Dream said, well, that's not what the other team is doing. And girl, it's giving elementary school, okay? So while they snitching on them, they done already peeped that Ray been cheating on his work as well. So Frida tells Nene what they trying to do and, what they gonna do to them. And Nene is going off on Ray J because he was cheating too. So then after both of them realized they was cheating and they need to cheat, everybody decided to call a truce. Okay, y'all cheat, we look the other way. We cheat, y'all look the other way. Moving forward. So the teams are pulling an all-nighter. Ray being all extra dramatic, talking about this is the biggest day of my life. Calm down, little Ray. I actually like both of their ideas though. But why I feel like Ray's team's product has already been done? I don't know. I just feel like that's something that's already happened before. Is it just me? I don't know. So while they're trying to do their commercial, Lamar got this 5 heartbeats wig on, y'all, and he is singing in the background while Ray is trying to shoot his commercial. Here go Ray. Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. So then he gonna say in his confessional, our team is taking things seriously, and they down there playing in wigs. When I tell y'all, that was so funny to me. Ray, let me just tell you something. This is not Celebrity Apprentice. Y'all are working for a grade. Y'all are not competing against each other. You gonna get a grade and they gonna get a grade. That's what's going on. Now y'all tell me this. Was it me or did Nene keep calling Lamar Lamont? I was like, does she keep calling him Lamont like as in Fred Sanford's son Lamont? I know I wasn't the only person that heard that. So Ray's team is putting all their trust in him, right? So it's the morning of the presentation, and Dream does not want to go to school. Dream, you got to go to school, girl. So she's in there talking to India, and she's like, what do you hope to get out of this? And India was like, I just want to challenge myself because I feel like, people see me and they look at me and they just think I'm a pretty face and I want to be more than that. And I'm trying to find myself. I feel like I'm too old. I'm 26. Baby, that is not old. I'm speaking directly to you, honey. And I know you ain't gonna never hear this review, but I'm just telling you, that's not old. I'm about to be 40. I'm completely starting over, a totally different career, stepping out on faith, doing YouTube full time. It's normal to feel doubt, okay? It's normal to beat yourself up. It's normal to feel like you ain't on track because people have come up with these numerical situations. We have to do this by this age. That's what messed me up. It had me marrying a deadbeat. Now I'm behind a screen with a child that I'm taking care of alone, because I was going on other people's timeline. It is okay that you are 26 years old still trying to figure it out. You will be fine. But you have to keep pushing. And I am happy that Dream was there to support her. And she was like, girl, people are still figuring out their lives at 50. You all be all right. So as that's going on, Ray gets some bad news about his great aunt passing, and it brought back his grandmother's passing as well. And he is just not mentally there to do this presentation. So he was like, y'all gonna have to go on without me. So they freaking out because Ray was supposed to do all the talking, and now they gonna have to do more than usual. So everyone cleaned up pretty nice. They get to school. Everyone looked so good. Dream and India looked so pretty. It was refreshing to see. Ladies, this just shows you that you can put all your clothes on and still look good, because y'all looked awesome. You really did. So Nene goes up with the group to present, and Dream is heckling from the audience. Dream, please be quiet. Okay, y'all need to be praying instead of heckling. So Nene tells them how it's going to work. And so Frida takes over to tell them where it's going to be placed and all of the names. And then they do their commercial presentation for Hero Hair. Baby, Frida saved them. Do you hear me? He really did. They did a really great job, though. And y'all might need to patent that before it pop up somewhere. Because I was thinking to myself, somebody going to invent this and then y'all ain't going to get paid for it. Moving forward. So Dr. Cooley was like, okay, that was great, but a few things. I did not hear a target audience. And what are these little shoes you got on? Okay, your little space boots. Them boots are a fool. Okay, I do feel like you need to narrow down your demographic. I would say it's probably 18 to 40 or 45. But sometimes your demographic is everybody. And the reason why I say that is because my target audience on YouTube is up to 65 years old. And that's just crazy to me because I just knew my target audience would stop at like 45, maybe 40. And so I see 18-year-olds and I'm like, where these 18-year-olds coming from? I mean, I am still popping, but I'm just saying, I didn't think that was going to be my target audience. So you just never know. Anyway, after they get done, India is freaking out because she's going to have to present, right? So Dr. Cooley goes out to talk to her and she's trying to convince her to follow through. And I'm going to just say this because that was the end of the episode. I saw this a lot with my students. They're nervous about being possibly embarrassed. But I think India needs this push, though, because you cannot go through life being unable to speak to people. Like, I know she may feel like they're going to judge her and, oh, am I going to seem as cool when people see this? You're going to be fine. I am sure that it's people watching that can absolutely relate to you. And when they see you do it, that's going to make you even cooler. Because it's like, dang, India, she was a little bit confused on how she was going to get this done. And she was a little bit concerned. But the way that she pushed through is going to give them a newfound respect for you. Don't just be a pretty face, baby. You can do it. You can do it. And that was the end of the episodes. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about College Hill episodes 1 and 2. I will be reviewing this. I'm not sure when the episodes air. I'm gonna have to check that out, but I will be bringing these to you weekly because I like it so far. So we're gonna continue to get into it as we get into it. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.